Welcome to Profitability. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your small business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. Thank you for joining us. Here's how we will help your business and you today. If you are like many business owners, you don't take the time to plan. You are too busy running your business to stop and figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. You never stop to smell the roses. According to my guest today, Tim Berry, business planning is always wrong. So why do it? What can you do? How do you go where you want to go? Tim will have these answers for you today. Tim, welcome to Profitability.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be with you, Ruth.
My pleasure. Now, I want you to talk about your history and with Palo Alto Software and how the whole thing comes. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
I fell in love with business plans in the early 80s. Shortly after I got my MBA, I went on my own writing business plans for startup companies. What I liked about it was words and numbers coming together, telling concepts, telling the future, telling stories essentially, along with the nuts and bolts to make those stories come true. So I found that exciting. It was an exciting world. This was in Silicon Valley in the 80s.
Yeah.
And over time, my clients said, boy, this looks like it could be a product with my templates. And over time, years and years, stubbornness, it became first Business Plan Pro, which came out in the middle 90s, and then Live Plan, which came out in the, well, what are we now? The teens, in the middle teens in 2012. The idea of that always was not to do your thinking, not to write your plan, but to help people with the mechanics of doing the business plan. So you just help suggesting things and particularly bringing the numbers together so that they're mathematically and financially correct, or as correct as the assumptions.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what's the difference between strategy and tactics?
Oh, I hate that question because everybody defines it separately, but I'll say specifically, when I say strategy and tactics, strategy for me is basically three things. It's your identity, how you're different, what you're doing better than anybody else. That's identity. It's your market. You've chosen a specific target market, which we hope matches who you are and what you like to do and what you do better. So that's the second, identity, market. And then the third is offering, as in product or service. And one hopes in strategy that those three work together. So there's strategy. And for me, tactics are all those decisions you make about what you're going to do to make that strategy happen. So it's all of what we used to call the marketing mix, and it's the product plan, and it's the financial plan. But in my kind of lean plan, you're doing bullet points to remind yourself. You're not explaining to others. So tactics are pricing, channels, distribution, financial. Are you borrowing or using credit line? You're writing down for yourself to use tactics. And what you want is alignment. The tactics have to make sense with the strategy. Then the best way to explain alignment is when you don't have it. If, say, you're in a restaurant, fine food, gourmet dining for couples, so you don't have a kids menu and you don't have a drive-through window. That's matching tactics to strategy.